Way 57 discusses another type of chemical reaction called single replacement. And the way you spot a single replacement is we have a single element present plus two compound consisting of two elements. And in a single replacement, A replaces X and forms AY plus X. So what ends up happening is this element replaces one of the elements existing in this compound and out pops the remaining element. So keep this in mind when answering questions dealing with single replacement. Given the balanced equation, which type of chemical reaction does this equation represent? If we let K be X and I be Y and F be A, notice that A is replacing Y, F is replacing I in order to form a brand new compound, potassium fluoride, and out pops the item that was replaced, which is iodine. So this is an example of a single replacement reaction. Which equation represents a single replacement reaction? Note that choice 1 is an example of decomposition, and 2 is an example of synthesis because these two elements are coming together to form a single product. The only one that identifies the correct single replacement is choice 3. Here, Mg is taking the place of hydrogen, and hydrogen comes out of the compound. And the new product that forms is a combination of magnesium and sulfate. So choice 3 is correct. Choice 4 is another type of reaction which we'll learn later, called a double replacement. The reaction between aluminum and an aqueous solution of copper 2 sulfate is represented by the unbalanced equation below. Aluminum solid plus copper sulfate aqueous yields aluminum sulfate aqueous plus copper solid. Identify the type of chemical reaction represented by the equation. Sometimes it's helpful to note what's happening within the reaction by simply circling what is getting replaced here. So note that copper is the item that came out because this is the before and this is the after. Copper is now isolated from this compound. And what takes the place of copper? Well, aluminum. So this is an example of a single replacement reaction. And you can just simply state that as the answer for full credit. Given the balanced equations representing two chemical reactions, chlorine plus sodium bromide yields sodium chloride plus bromine, and 2 sodium chloride plus sodium plus chlorine, which types of chemical reactions are represented by these equations? You should note that the first example consists of a single replacement because chlorine is taking bromine's place and bromine is coming out of the reactant. And in choice 2, we have a reactant dividing into its constituent parts, which you've already learned is a decomposition reaction. Therefore, choice 1 is correct. Given the balanced equation representing the reaction zinc solid plus hydrogen sulfate aqueous yields zinc sulfate aqueous plus hydrogen gas, which type of reaction is represented by this equation? Note the before and after. Here we have hydrogen sulfate becoming zinc sulfate, which means that the zinc replaced the hydrogen and out popped the hydrogen gas. Therefore, this is an example of single replacement. Which balanced equation represents a single replacement reaction? Again, look for this pattern. If you answer choice 1, you got it correct. Why? Because magnesium is replacing the silver, and silver is popping out of the original compound, and magnesium is taking its place, which is an example of a single replacement. So when it comes to way 57, remember that the third major type of chemical reaction is single replacement, and it always follows this pattern: A plus XY, where XY is a compound consisting of two elements, yields AY plus X, where A is taking the place of one of these elements present in the reactants to form a new product that consists of AY. And then out pops the item that was replaced, which is X. Hopefully this was helpful, and thank you for watching.